Hello, and thanks for watching. On this vehicle, I've already replaced the left bearing. I'm making a video for this side because none of the other tricks I found on the internet were enough to remove the bearing. These bearings are really stuck. I'm hoping by making this video I can help someone else. Although I'm showing this work on a 2013 Impreza, this method applies to all newer Subarus, and many other vehicles have a similar design. I'll start with a quick rundown of the tools you need for this job. You'll need a basic socket set and some extensions. You'll need a heavy-duty impact wrench as well as some impact-rated sockets. An electric impact wrench will also come in handy. On some Subarus, you'll need some M8 bolts as well as a tool to drive them. Grab your favorite needle nose pliers. You'll want a couple of good hammers as well as a punch. Your preferred brand of penetrating oil and some brake clean. You always need your handy flashlight. In more severe cases, you'll need a slide hammer and a hub puller. In tough cases, you also need an air chisel and some hammer bits. In the very worst cases, you're going to want to park the car within reach of a MIG welder.
I see a sky with a reindeer car, but I'm not running. I see a train moving all too fast, but I'm not leaving.
At this point, different things may happen. If you're lucky, the hub will simply come loose. In many cases, hitting the hub flange with a dead blow may be needed to break the rust free. I wasn't so lucky. For the other bearing on this car, I tried various methods for hours, days even, with no progress. I had to go a few steps further. Now you'll need to remove the upper front control arm. This is a ball joint. If the taper comes loose and the nut is stuck, you'll have to cut it off and replace the control arm. So take your time to clean the threads and slowly remove the nut. If you can remove the nut, the control arm can be reused. Since I had to cut the other side off, I went ahead and purchased a new control arm anyway. I'll make another video detailing how to do this, as well as make a custom eccentric bolt for the toe adjustment since both of mine were seized. Now if you're lucky, at this point you can turn the knuckle sideways and use an air chisel to push the bearing out of the knuckle. As you can see though, I wasn't so lucky. At this point, if the bearing is still stuck, you'll want to clean as much grease out of the remainder of the bearing as possible. Okay, now turn your MIG welder to high and lay a few heavy beads around the inside of the bearing. Obviously, you're not trying to weld the bearing to the knuckle. You just need to melt in a heavy bead on the inside surface of the bearing. At this point, if you're asking why any of this will help remove a bearing, there's a lot of science in the process of welding. You have thermal expansion, the ferrite transitioning from body-centered cubic to face-centered cubic. In short, welds will expand and contract and generally shrink in their final state. The goal is for all this movement to break the rust free and slightly reduce the diameter of the bearing so it will come free out of the knuckle. An important tip though, throw a rag over the exposed splines on the end of the axle. If you don't believe me, here's the proof. Now the bearing quickly works its way out with the air chisel. The backing plate for the brake is captured between the bearing and the knuckle. The rust may have it stuck to the bearing housing. Just give it a few taps with a hammer. And here you can see the rust that seized it to the bore. Now the easy part, just put everything back together using plenty of anti-seize along the way. Alright, well I hope this video helped you out, and if not, I hope it at least entertained you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.